Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, man? Again, happy Thursday to you all. I am your host, Scotty Robinson. You are now tuned into the Cookout Radio Show or podcast. So, we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to introduce my guest. You all know him as CP, the People's Champ. We all affectionately know that brother is Chris Peoples. Here's what's interesting. Chris Peoples is a graduate of Catawba College. But if you didn't know any better, you would also say that this brother graduated from Livingstone College because he reps to the fullest. So in terms of perspective, I don't think it gets any better than this man. Yeah, man. Very interesting conversation. We've all been talking about it all week. Now is our chance to do it openly. If you're tuned into the live, please, at any given moment, if you have a question, a comment, or anything of that nature, feel free to leave them, and we will address them live on the stream. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring in CP, the People's Champ. CP.
What's up, boss man?
There he is. Hey, man. Again, we got CP, the People's Champ, on the live, and we are going to be talking about the Deion Sanders fiasco that is currently taking over social media on every platform, right? So, CP,
Right.
before we get started, bro, I just want to give you an opportunity to talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Put it out there who you are. For those who don't know, which is going to be very few who do not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and talk about you, what you do, the culture, and everything like that, brother.
Okay. The mic is cool?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You good to
Okay,
go?
awesome. Man, first of all, man, I'm super proud of what you're doing, man.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
bro.
it, brother.
Root to the good bros on this, man. This is super dope, man.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for having me as a guest. My name is Chris Peoples. I go by the DJ name CP, the People's Champ. I'm a graduate of Catawba College in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Make sure y'all catch that. Make sure y'all catch that.
Attended Livingstone College first. I
yeah.
arrived in college spring 2007 at Livingstone. So got there, walked onto the football team. The coach who recruited me there found out that he was terminated once I got to campus.
Yes, sir.
And then met the new coach. Had to earn that spot. Had to walk on. Pledged the frat over there. Had some mishaps. Went through some coaches. Seen a way out, and was getting recruited by Catawba College during my high school years at Mooresville. And so just reached out to that same recruiting coordinator that was there, Coach DJ Summers, and chopped it up with him. Brought me right across the street, because if you know Salisbury, you know that the only thing that separates Livingstone and Catawba is Krispy Kreme.
That's it.
And
that's it.
So I just went right over down the street and finished it out over there and graduated in 2012.
Okay. So I'm gonna just recap a little bit of what he just said. So CP has absolutely lived the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? He has seen both lawns, right? He has seen the grass on both sides, and I think more than anything else, you'll be able to offer some perspective for those who are just on here who don't understand. Right there are many different facets to this conversation, to include, we can talk about the culture, we can do that, but the culture doesn't pay bills. So at some point, we're gonna have to address the business side of this, right? And more importantly, I have a question that I'm gonna save for later on in the show. That I think is really going to put you in a position that we're gonna learn, right? We're gonna learn today what's going on. So let's jump right into it. My first question, CP, how do you feel about Coach Prime's decision to leave Jackson State? How do you feel about it?
I respect it.
Okay.
I'm not surprised by it. I respect it from a few standpoints.
Okay.
I respect it from being a college athlete and have just seen how coaches come and go. I know the process. And I know where it's coming from a business standpoint, from a husband standpoint, from I don't even have kids, but to way that the man is he's 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 uh he's making LeVar Ball moves. Come on, bro. Got to give it to him.
Okay.
He's positioning his kids, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I highly doubt, that those kids literally have to like ask him for money because they
Right.
got their own coming in off
Right.
their own brand, being who they are.
Absolutely.
So you setting your kids up, and I'm with it, bro. I get it. I understand it. I understand it from all angles. I'm a businessman myself. I'm a DJ. If I'm playing songs over here and they pay this much, but over there they pay
Yeah.
Chris Gorn,
Absolutely.
and we gonna adapt. We're gonna
Absolutely.
adapt. I know he's from Florida and it's cold in Colorado, and
Yeah.
that's the equivalent to, well, I know I like this kind of music, but over there we gonna adapt.
That's real. That's
yeah.
real. So
business.
I agree with everything that you just said, and honestly, I'm really on the fence. And here's why I say I'm on the fence. It's hard for me to lean too heavy on either side because I just think about all those guys that he got to transfer in from the portal, right? The guys that were initially at a Power 5 school, right? They entered the transfer portal even before really knowing what type of plan that Coach Prime had in place. He was already talking to some of those guys like, "Hey, this may happen. I'm trying to show these PWIs, why not us? Like, we can do it here." And, when you get all of those guys in there, and I still have not gotten an answer to exactly how the transfer portal works, but I am under the impression, hopefully, if I'm wrong, somebody in the comments can check me on this, but I am under the impression that you don't have an unlimited amount of opportunities to enter the transfer portal and go to another school, without reason. And really that's what it boils down to. So if I'm a 5-star kid at one point in my life, and then I go to like I know he got a kid from Clemson. Kid enters the portal, he go there, right? They win, they accomplish everything that they set out to. And this kid is like, all right, I'm going to stay with Coach Prime for 3 years. And in 3 years, I'm going to be a pro. And it's going to all happen because Coach Prime has created this pipeline for me to get there. Well, now shit done changed. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know who my coach is going to be. The jerseys that Jackson State has right now, they're going to be wearing them for the next 20 years. They ain't, they were second behind Oregon in the amount of uniform combinations that they had at the collegiate level. That ended the day Buddy left. So I just think in terms of selling the dream, and I hate to say it like that, but if I'm building this platform that, we're gonna build it here, I'm gonna take care of y'all throughout your collegiate career to get you to the professional level. I just think it's a little distasteful. That's one side of it. But for him and his family, yes sir.
But why does it have to stop just because he left?
CP, who gonna fill that stadium? Who gonna pay them bills?
I'm speaking to the flip side of it. Like,
okay.
Literally, it's not like they broke. Why does it have to stop just because he left? Did you see those stands?
Yes.
Are y'all just going? Are you coming for the school? Are you coming for that man?
I think we can
just
all
because
say,
he left. Why does the support have to stop just because
right.
this celebrity, and maybe now the sidelines won't look like the BET Awards no more? Why does that stop the real support of all those people who were in this? I'm just being real. Now we
I know
it. To the nitty gritty for the people who it's gonna leave because he left. How? And we the culture.
Here's why I think it leaves.
I hear what you're saying about him selling the dream, but what's different from him selling the dream and these other coaches who come sit in living rooms and be?
I respect that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I respect that, and the reason why I respect it is because we've been through that process. We already know that's recruiting 101, and it happens every day at the PWI level. Somebody
the car salesmen do it. The lawyers do it.
Yeah. So somebody said the tradition he built there, they can continue. It may continue, but it'll never be to the same point of where it is the day that
I don't agree. I don't agree because look at now because now they've proven to themselves that they can. And A&T ain't got no. Look at the power of A&T.
Mm-hmm.
What they were down there doing, though they home games was looking like G-Ho, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, I ask, why does it have to? Y'all proving what y'all can do. Why does it have to stop just because Dion ain't there?
Do you think?
Continue to support the school with the same energy that you've been had.
Right. So
Just because he left, because A&T do it. Who was the celebrity coach at A&T?
do you? So you're comparing A&T and the fanfare that comes with A&T, and we'll use Geo as an example. But I know when A&T is playing some of these other schools, it ain't nothing like that. So they may have one a year where it's jam packed. It looked like JSU every game was going crazy. So
that's what I'm saying. But so are we showing up to look at these celebrities and look at Dion, or are we showing up for the real, to support the band, to support the team, to rock with the school? So why does it have to stop just because he's gone?
I would have a hard time. I feel like finding anybody who will support. We didn't know shit about JSU until Prime got there. I didn't.
That's true.
I could be in the minority. I ain't know nothing about nothing they had going on until that man got there. So I was one of the first ones every week, bro. On Saturdays, I'm watching JSU games, every last one of them, because I wanted to see if they could keep that momentum going. Now that he gone, bro, I'm not watching no damn JSU games, and that's no offense to them kids that's there, but it's one of those things that people tend to follow waves. The wave was there. The wave was massive. The wave is now gone, and I don't see it ever getting back to that point. So I think
Once
from a standpoint
again, I say the people of Jackson, if you live there, that's just like, bro, let's just go ahead and say it's just like Salisbury. Okay. Come to the games, West Side, all sides, Salisbury. Come support the schools. It can be the same thing, bro. Why do we wait till homecoming for Livingstone's campus to be filled up? They winning a few games, bro. They not the same old Livingstone. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So once again, it ain't no. I get it. I understand what we're saying, but all I'm saying is, why does it have to stop now just because this man is gone?
I feel it.
What I'm saying is that money can't. If you look at those people in the stands, bro, that money can continue to. Do you know how much it costs? And how many thousands of people that they was having coming? They can continue to generate new uniforms and new helmets and stuff. If people continue to come, but are y'all worried about Dion not being there, or are you coming for JSU for the support of the HBCU that y'all claim to be so in your hurt feelings over?
Yeah. I feel it. I would love to see it go that route because in my heart of hearts, I wish a lot of days, even while I was at East Carolina, anytime it was something going on at A&T or Central or Shaw or Livingstone for that matter, dog, we leaving our environment because we gonna go where we feel comfortable. So I'm always gonna cheer. I'm always gonna be pro HBCU, but at the flip side, on the other side of that, and we're gonna talk about this later, I know I would not have been able to be successful at an HBCU. Because HBCUs do HBCU shit. And I need my money to be right. And I don't have time to be worried about who got my shit. So that's one thing we can't run from. And I'm pro HBCU, but I think until we get to a point where we can handle, as a culture, we can handle the responsibility of taking care of each other, I don't think we'll ever see this again. And I would even be interested to see, while Dion was there, how they messed that money up. Because there's rumors out now, right? And I know you've seen them too because you tapped in with it. There's rumors out now that money was literally taken from the athletic budget to cover the cost.
We know he got robbed.
We know he got robbed.
We know his locker room got robbed.
So
that ain't never happened to Dabo or Nick Saban.
Ain't never heard of that happening. Ain't nobody coming up there to rob nobody in Boulder. So, and you make a good point on that. So we're going to go over a couple things that were posted as far as his time at Jackson State. So it says his car was broken into several times. His son's car was broken into several times. Water is terrible, and at one time taking baths in the gym pool. That's what their kids were resorting to. Dion did not receive a bonus from the school, although he was promised many of them based on the win total, right, and the amount of revenue that he brought to the school. They fucked all that up. Didn't get a man nothing. School didn't feed the students. That's interesting. That's the first I heard of that. But I know because I worked at Livingstone, sometimes it be like that, right? While I was at ECU, we never missed the meal. We never had to go through that. I'm sure while you was at Catawba, calf was always, you know what I'm saying? It might not have been seasoned, but the food was going to be there, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
City of Jackson does not support the school properly. That's neither here nor there. Deion's salary, his salary. Jackson State, $300,000 a year. Colorado, $5 million a year annually. So, all that makes sense. I get the brother leaving, and I'm really trying to play devil's advocate because I know like hell had it been me. And anybody that's watching this live, if y'all are put in the same situation, ain't no way y'all last stand either. So I feel all of that. But I also am bothered if I'm a parent and I got a kid, right, that Coach Prime is coming in to my living room to recruit. And he's telling me all these things. And I'm looking this man in the eye. And I'm seeing myself. I just think I'm a little bothered by that. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying it wrong. I'll leave too. But I don't think I would come into it building it up that, the whole who is swag. Who is swag? God sent me here to save HBCUs. He did good. I ain't taking away from it, but did he stay in it long enough to save it? And
What's long enough? On whose scale? Whose opinion?
Well, it's on yours today.
What's long enough, bro? I would have to ask that.
What's long enough? I think long enough that schools like a Livingstone College can benefit from this. How did what he did at Jackson State help Livingstone? If we can come to one reason or one conclusion as to how what was done at Jackson State helped a school like Livingstone, then I don't think we can say that the HBCU culture was saved. I just don't.
I want to say that I'm not on the side that if he said that, then hold him accountable to that.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have to hold ourselves accountable. Why are y'all listening to? See, we so if we gonna be on that speak coming from that angle,
Right?
we're so welcoming. Why would if Deion was gonna be the HBCU savior, he didn't go to one. If y'all watch all the highlights, he went to Florida State.
Yeah.
So why is somebody who's not a product of a HBCU, regardless of what he say, it sound good?
Mm-hmm.
This is Mr. Show me the money. This is business, ladies and gentlemen. I hear what y'all are saying, but stop being so dependable on these celebrities, on people talking about. I don't care what they say.
Yeah.
There's a motive in all of this stuff. We gonna say one thing. We literally just watched a chess move today.
Yeah. And I already know.
So
I know where we're going with that.
What are we talking about? Exactly. So what are we talking about, y'all? Everything that we watching on TV is moves being made. Now he gonna go out there. He gonna turn Colorado up. But let's also visit the fact that there's still people being put on. Them assistant coaches is still gonna eat.
So
now they being.
And I had a conversation with a couple people yesterday, and I said, I think what's gonna happen, and if it happens like this, y'all know y'all heard it here first on the Cookout Radio Show and podcast. What I foresee and predict happening, Deion is gonna go to Colorado, and they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna get all these recruits there. They're gonna win. They're in the Pac-12, one of the toughest football colleges out there. I think the next 2 years, and I don't think it'll take any longer than that, Colorado is going to be a household name. Revenue is going to be through the roof. You got black folk now. I know I took my ass online today. How can I get me a Colorado jersey, CP? I ain't even, the only East Carolina jersey I got is hanging on my wall. That's it.
It's up.
I need a Colorado jersey because I support what the man is doing. So here's what I foresee happening.
The Panthers did it.
The Panthers did do it. The Panthers
They
did
brought
do it.
Cam back for that little
Just for that,
real quick.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
move, and we all fell for it. So if you're a Carolina Panther fan and you went to that game, Cam come hush because you fell for it.
What'd he say? I'm back. Ain't that what he was screaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, he back.
Yeah, like Jordan.
So here's what I foresee happening. The man gonna go there. He gonna be successful. They're gonna be ranked. They're gonna be all these different things. And now it forces other PWIs, right, that are losing that recruiting battle, that are losing that revenue battle to Colorado and more specifically to Dion. Now they got to sit down at their tables and say, how can we mimic that? How can we bring in that type of energy to a fan base that has never tapped into the black dollar? How can we get them to come buy our stuff?
So you think those other schools in the Pac-12 are going to mimic, like what, like the culture?
Yes, sir. I see that happening. I see bands changing. I see the tailgates changing. I see everything about a HBCU experience now making its way onto PWIs.
So if that happens, is Dion responsible for being the quote unquote infiltrator into the PWIs? If we do we put our foot in our mouth for everything that he just said about what he didn't do at HBCU? If he's putting us on the PWI map, are we grateful? For which one?
We gotta be
mad
grateful.
at him. Which one? Because we gotta make up our minds.
If we mad, we are. You know, folk gonna be mad. I saw the championship game they played in, and I see they fans chanting about how they happy this man leaving. Y'all done lost y'all damn mind. Like how? Everything this man has done in a year, and y'all talking about one monkey don't stop no show. Y'all they had no show before that. So I think when the man get in there, CP, we gonna have some doors open for us that we don't even deserve, and we not gonna be ready for. And here's the flip side to it. I hate to talk bad about us, but I'm a realist. Eventually, we're gonna fuck that up. I'm just. It's gonna go wrong somewhere. They gonna get a wrong one, an opportunity, and it's gonna set us back. And then the conversation is gonna be, I knew they couldn't do it, and that's what breaks my heart, bro. It breaks my heart because I know we got an opportunity.
I think so, but I think we have to be very selective in the process. It just can't be an anybody type thing.
Yes, sir.
But, I mean, let's just be real. Since Jay-Z has been sitting beside Roger Goodell, has it been many more black head coaches? It still ain't been no owner.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
We don't give a damn how close he is to him. Still ain't been no owner.
Yeah.
So, but everybody got their way of. You gotta. It's all playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
All right,
I mean, if it's gonna be that, then who better than Dion, considering what he did in such a short period of time, to go into the PWIs and do what he gonna do? Which we're seeing already being done because they hitting the transfer portal. Somebody probably hitting it right now as we on this live.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna go through some of the comments real quick. So I see Thale say, I think Calvin McMahon said, I think he made a deal with Colorado that they helped fund things for Jackson State for a few years. Calvin, I did see that. And what's interesting about that is Dion was not the one who initiated that conversation. This was put on the table by Colorado and they big wigs. So I did see that, and I think that is very important because again, he didn't have to go and answer that. Thale Fleming, the difference.
So that means he's still looking out in his exit?
Even with them trying to write this man off. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get it. Thale says the difference, the other coaches ain't him. I get it. All coaches sell dreams to get good players. Coaches at the big schools leave all the time. It's no real loyalty in college football. It's a business now. Adam Powell said that, and that's gospel. He, too, went to Livingstone, you know what I'm saying, and he's seen it firsthand. So
it's no real loyalty in the NBA. Soon as they look, when there's much money involved, where is their loyalty when there is that much money involved?
Right.
Like Dion came in and started getting PWI D1 coach like that kind of money. He was generating that kind of revenue.
Absolutely.
Bro, everybody ate in Jack. Think about all them people. That's kind of like how during G-Ho, Greensboro booms. Mm-hmm. From the Cookout to the McDonald's to the Holiday Inn Express.
Oh, yeah.
So think about that.
That's real.
Like, come on. Everybody got the vendors. Think about the food trucks selling wings outside of the football game.
Yeah. That ain't made no money no other time of the year. But they know they post up the G-Ho.
Everybody was getting
they
some.
Getting rich. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna read some of the comments that I saw earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
here's one that stood out to me. Bomani Jones, who's he's on one of them ESPN shows. He says, "I wouldn't have come in the first place in regards to Dion." He says, "I wouldn't have come in the first place and said God sent me here to fix HBCUs." He says he sold a dream and then walked out on that dream. But we talked about that. We talked about that. I can agree with that, but not to a point where I feel like this man made a mistake. What do you?
No. Right, I agree with
Yeah.
that.
I
Not to the point to where it's a mistake.
yeah, because
Like
the point you brought up, like even in this man's exodus, he's still reaching back to pull somebody with him. So I can respect that. I just have to play
that part, but why are we overlooking the foul play though? If that stuff is true, but let's just think about the other stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe Dion saying I'm doing all this, and y'all gonna rob me.
that's real.
The
That's
audacity,
real.
like I'm bringing all this down here, ain't have to. And I want to point out something else, bro. Me and you, this gonna be real.
Yeah.
I seen where somebody else, not in those comments, but on somewhere else, somebody was saying HBCU open the doors up for him to be a coach. Bro,
Whoa.
we can get off this. We can get off this podcast and become HBCU coaches by the end of next weekend. We'll be ready for spring ball.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
So that man, he could have immediately, let's just keep it real. He could have immediately went to a Colorado level school initially and been given a chance. He's the greatest defensive back to play the game, ladies and gentlemen. He's arguably one of the greatest athletes ever. He played in the major leagues and the NFL. Ain't nobody else did that but him and Bo.
So let me ask you a question.
He's one of the greatest, bro. What school? If not the head coach, then at least the athletic director. How many schools gonna tell Dion no, bro?
Let me ask you a question. Damn it, I hate to even bring it up, CP. How familiar are you with Dion's coaching career prior to him going to Jackson State?
I'm not.
Okay.
None.
This could be rumor, but I read it, right? So we're gonna introduce it into the conversation. I've seen as soon as he got with Jackson State, there were allegations that he was coaching some 7-on-17, right? And they were god awful, were terrible, and the money was messed up to the point where Dion was taking some of these high school kids and was almost acting as a recruiting agent. You know what I'm saying? Getting his kids placed in all these different places, and the money got jacked up. And B, a lot of them kids weren't panning out. They weren't prepared to go to some of these schools that he was sending them to. So that's like, here's one thing you and I both have the ability to do. If we know a kid can go and we feel like they're not getting the attention that they deserve, a comment from me and you, that may go a long way because some of the relationships that we got. Here's what I'm not going to do. Because I can't allow my reputation to be tarnished. I'm not going to put my stamp on a kid if I don't know for sure he ready for the environment that I am trying to push him into. And I know you the same way. You ain't putting nobody on if because you only got one name. So if it's any truth to that and Dion putting them jokers out, then Dion, he got a chink in his armor. That's all I'm gonna say. Again, I don't disagree with him. I'm just looking at it from both sides.
If he was putting some scrubs out, basically, if he was putting scrubs out there,
yes, sir. He putting some bums in real life situations, and his name was tarnished on that. So I bring that up to say, to your point about Dion could have got into the Division I coaching game off rip. That was a knock on him, allegedly, as to why he had to go HBCU and prove himself there before he would be taken serious in other places. I don't know if it's true, but it kind of made sense.
I can't. Right. I agree. If we keeping it real, be honest, it does make sense. But at the same time, a Division I program that needs a pick me up, a turnaround, you're not gonna tell me that they ain't gonna consider it. Knowing what he could bring, which is exactly what he did. Knowing that, so I want to say I would be curious to know if that is true. Which D1 school that's on Colorado's level considered Dion, but because he may have been putting bums out there, said, we ain't gonna do it. But then went and seen the numbers, the revenue that JSU, and said, damn, we should have.
Yeah.
I would be curious to know who's biting their tongue saying, well, damn, we should have gave primetime Dion, because man, stop. Like, look at the NBA coaches that retire and immediately they don't have big coaches. They be coming off playing experience.
Yeah.
Who can break down, bro? Who can break down a secondary, a defense better than Deion Sanders?
That's real. That's real.
Man, what? Who? Ray Lewis? Oh, okay, yeah. Put him on the staff too. He next.
Yeah. Ray Lewis next. Could Ray Lewis walk into JSU and accomplish the same thing?
And oh God, what? Have you ever seen Ray Lewis do that dance coming out the tunnel?
Bro, I get it. I
used to want to jump off my seat on the couch, bro.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is
he can electrify that place, bro. Ray Lewis can. Bro, what 5-star linebacker don't look up to Ray Lewis? Who don't want to go play for that on that man's defense?
Yeah.
Ray Lewis gonna go. You know who? Guess who come coaches D line leaving the league? Sap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And then
guess who coming to get it? Bro, hold on. Guess who coming to get his secondary or his D coordinator?
Who is that?
Ed Reed.
Damn.
What DB don't want to play for Ed Reed? Stop playing, bro.
Yeah, I'm going out there now. Old as I am, 36 years old. They put that staff together. I know I got a year eligibility.
Why we not talking about Eddie George and Tennessee State? He just as big when you talk about NFL great. Why? So now I gotta ask once again. Why we just following the culture, because Eddie George is an NFL great. When you talk top NFL running backs, you gotta talk about Eddie George. You gotta give him his props. So Tennessee State, why come he not getting hyped? Why come he not? Because we beat. What reasons are we got to start to ask? Why are we not asking ourselves for what reasons are we supporting this stuff? Why are they getting support them? What we doing?
Yeah,
support them for the right reasons, not just because it's some celebrity coach, but support them because why do we wait until racist situations have to show their face, or one of these big label brands have to do something racist or do blackface for us to want to go hashtag everything support black business? No, do it anyway.
That's
not just because Dion there. Do it because you live in Jackson and that's the school that's in your city.
Yeah, that's
go
real.
To the games. Buy some popcorn at the concession stand every Saturday. You pay to get in, pay to park, go to the basketball games, buy some hot dogs and some Skittles, and support the band. Buy a hoodie that costs $60 out of the bookstore and a hat that costs $35 out of the bookstore.
It's simple as that.
$20 to get in the games.
It's simple as that. It's simple as that. I respect it. I wish that was not a thing, and it's very unfortunate because that's what it's going to take for us to get to a point where we don't have to keep having these conversations. I agree with you wholeheartedly. So here is the question that I have for CP. All right?
Yeah.
The question is, if you are a 5-star recruit right now, that is recruited by Deion Sanders and his staff at Colorado, do you have any hesitation in committing to him, knowing he may walk away at the first chance he gets at a more prestigious job? I feel like we all know his dream job is Florida State or a school like that. If you're a 5-star recruit with everything that just happened, how comfortable are you going to Colorado? Is that even a conversation?
Yeah, I'll go.
You didn't even think about that.
I'm go. I'm going to get my name. I'm going to get some of that opportunity he got out there for whatever coming. For whatever he did, let's just be real. For whatever he did at JSU, I feel like it's gonna come in a bigger abundance at Colorado just because it's white people. They hype by Dion. Whatever coming, I want some of that. I want some of that NIL money. So even if I don't go to the league, I'm finna get me a bag while I'm in school.
What? What if you were junior?
Bro, come on.
I get it. I feel it.
Let's stop playing like I'm going out there because I want to be an accounting major. No, Dion. I want to be prime time too.
Yeah. All right, I get it. I feel the same. I know I'm
Man,
taking my ass up there.
my mama home hungry. My mama home hungry.
Yeah,
I don't care.
yeah, yeah. All right, so now we're gonna walk away from the Dion conversation now, and we're gonna touch on HBCU and PWI. We're gonna talk about it, right? So, for those of you who don't know, CP started out Livingstone, was doing numbers at Livingstone. Decided for whatever reason, and I'm gonna ask you about that in a second. CP went to Catawba, right, and still found a measure of success. But now, and I brought this up earlier, rarely do I see CP in certain environments, and I want to know. We talked about it earlier. We're gonna talk about the reasons why you are more comfortable in some spaces than others when you have a right to be on both campuses, straight up, right? So let's talk about why you decided to transfer in the first place. What led to that decision?
Okay, so when I got to Livingstone in spring 2007, Coach Robert Massey was the one who recruited me. When I got there in January, spring 2007, I found out that he had been terminated. Then in came Coach Lamont Massey from Edward Waters. So whatever I had been promised was gone because this coach is gone.
Yeah.
So here I am I'm in a walk-on position. I got to show this man from Florida who's bringing these Florida cats up here what I can do. So I have to go out there, prove to myself, I do pretty well, make all CIAA my first year. Into the second year, we get our heads banged in by Bowie State. He gets fired. He leaves. Another interim coach steps in. End of that season. Another coach from Elizabeth City, Coach Edwin James, RIP, God rest his soul. He comes in. I seen my opportunity. He came in tripping. I had put up numbers. I had led the team in touchdown catches, receptions, receiving yards, and he come into. I'm finna have to re-earn money again, and he kept my position coach, the receiver coach who could have spoke up for me.
That's wild.
Left. And so I seen my opportunity out, and that's when I went transferred over to Catawba, finished it out, and I broke my ankle, and it just ain't go really how I wanted it to. I wish it would have went better than it did at Catawba.
So here's what, and for those of you who don't know, man, I have known CP since high school, right? You have at Mooresville, and I can say this without any hesitation. CP, you were our local guy. Like, you were that guy. You in Iredale County, but because I'm with Shamari, I'm with Jamal, I'm with Quentin, I'm with all these guys who, before I even got a chance to meet you, all they talked about was you and how athletic you were and all the things that you could do in football and basketball. So here's what I never understood. How in God's name, with everything that you were doing since you were a pup, how in the world did you end up at Livingstone in the first place? That's
grades.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's another thing that we have to take into consideration is all these guys being held accountable in the classroom.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you like this.
Yeah, CP, it was grades, man. Because I was getting some. After I caught a few touchdowns in high school my sophomore year, they started coming in. So, and I was playing tight end. So, man, I had some good looks. Like, I literally had the head coach tell me that James Madison University, which is that's a good school.
Absolutely it is.
Came down, seen my transcript, and didn't want to show no more interest. I wasn't getting it done in the classroom, bro.
Hold up, y'all. We got some technical difficulties over here.
Okay.
All right, we back at it. So, I always remember, I looked at some of the offers that I was getting, and I wasn't the best academically. Anybody will tell you that. I definitely remember whether I wanted to or not, whether it was purpose or not. A lot of times I compared myself to the guys who were around. So there was always you in Mooresville. Davie County had some absolute monsters when we were in school, right?
Cookowt.
But Kuda, DJ Rice, Dwayne, Phillips. Man, they had some dogs out there, right?
Definitely.
So I knew what they were doing and the looks that they were getting there. I knew what you were doing in Mooresville, right? And I could never understand how CP, even with the grades, because we know grades. Sometimes if you ain't got it, like there were gray shirt programs back then. I still could not understand how a school like Livingstone was able to reel you in, and
Yeah, bro.
that's not a slight. I get it. I didn't care what
Yeah,
your grades was. Like what you was doing in high school,
right.
CP, you should have been elsewhere. You had the size,
I
you had the
feel you, but
speed, you had the gift. You know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy. It's crazy that you say the word Livingstone reeled me in because I almost got reeled in by other stuff, and that's literally by the streets, bro. Because I was at home
wow,
comfortable.
yeah,
I had flunked out of community college, hanging out with still the same people. Not to knock them, but they
yeah,
wasn't trying to go to school and play ball. I
yeah,
wasn't hanging around. Even when I got there, I was out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't around the right people doing the right things.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So I that's I was home. I wanted to just get somewhere, and
mm-hmm.
because they like I said, I'm grateful to Livingstone, and that's another reason why my ties are with them because that was the school that gave me opportunity, bro. I
That's
didn't
real.
have the grades to go nowhere. I wanted to be
Mm-hmm.
with the 7th state round
Mm-hmm.
because when I was in high school, my homeboy's mom worked at Davidson College, and she was trying to like really like trying to show some of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made me want to go to college and play football. I went to Winston-Salem State was the first school I visited. And man, I seen just the atmosphere. So I get it. That's why I say I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. When I heard them do chew tobacco spit, if you ain't
Yeah,
around, I said,
that
I
was
went
it.
home. And here's the thing, my mom went to Winston, but she got pregnant. She was pregnant. She came home.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I wanted to go to Winston, bro.
How
Like, yeah.
do you think? And granted, I know that eventually you ended up transferring to Catawba, which I
Mm,
think if there was not such a mix up with coaching staffs and everything else, I think even though y'all weren't necessarily winning games and just kind of knowing how you are, I feel like you still would have stayed there and thugged it out with everybody
and
else. Cause
Livingstone.
yeah, yeah,
Bro, listen, that's another reason you have to understand my involvement there. I came there, nobody knew who I was. I'm making friends in the cafeteria, just being myself. Like you
mm-hmm,
gotta understand, before I was a Q,
mm-hmm,
I felt like I was already there because I was
yeah,
that
oh yeah,
live person at the party, shirt off,
mm-hmm,
jumping up and down. I knew all the songs. I was hyped,
yeah.
and so when I seen them probate, I'm like, I want to be one of those guys. And, and so, but then so I pledged the frat there. I was the escort, one of the escorts to the attendant to Miss Livingstone.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, just the first few guys that I met playing ball with them, it was different over there. And
Oh
Catawba
yeah,
beat us bad before I
yeah,
transferred over there. I
yeah.
scored a touchdown against them, but yeah.
I remember that game. I came back.
So
I
I,
came
I
back for
was
that one.
just yeah, I was deeply rooted that a relationship you got like I mean even the class number of students was smaller at Catawba, but I had built some relationships with some of them professors was like my mama on campus, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a I was just deep I was more deeply rooted there
Gotcha.
at Livingstone for just way more reasons, bro.
I got you.
Hmm.
So I brought that up only to talk about, I saw, first of all, I grew up in Salisbury, so I knew all about Livingstone, even in middle school and high school. So
Hmm.
that was always a draw, but I knew coming out of high school, I was not prepared for it, right? Like you have to really be in a place that, you got the support at the crib that's going to keep you where you need to be. I didn't know that you went to a community college before you went to Livingstone, right? So
Hmm.
I'm sure in that moment of you not finding success in that community college, it helped to prepare you for the environment that you were about to walk into at
Right,
Livingstone.
cause I was playing semi-pro before me and
Wow.
you. That was after school.
Yeah.
I played semi-pro before I got to Livingstone, so I was already getting tackled by them grown men who was
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
either getting ready to go to jail, had just came home, or it was some cats out there. At that time,
Yeah.
semi-pro, the stands was being full at these games. Like it
Oh,
was
yeah.
really popping. Remember,
Yeah.
like around the time, like the Concord
With the
Eagles
Eagles?
with
Oh,
D
yeah.
D D Hop was playing and stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh, bro,
Absolutely.
the games were lit. You wanted to be at a semi-pro game on a Saturday
Yeah.
afternoon, bro.
That's gospel.
So I played when it was competitive out there, so I was really already playing like CIAA football for real. Because them cats out there who had played at Scotia and Livingstone and Smith, Jimmy Bell, stuff like that. Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, I could. But yeah,
Here's what I'm hoping happens with Dion because and I don't know that a lot of people even know about this man, but I think back to my freshman year. I get to East Carolina, right? I'm not highly recruited. To this day, I still say God was the only reason why they stumbled upon a Scotty Robinson and Salisbury High that was not even top 10, probably best football players on his senior year high school team. Like, it was some real dogs out there, but them dogs ain't. It was certain things that drew them away, right, from college coaches. So I knew how to talk to folk that didn't look like me. I knew how to be in the room and be wide eyed and just take it all in and yes sir, no sir. I knew how to shuck and jive for lack of better words. I'm just gonna keep it
you
hot.
gotta know. You knew how to play ball off the field, and that's what. Listen, to get an NIL, you gotta know how to play ball. You gotta know how to present yourself.
Absolutely.
You got to know how to be in a room full of people who's giving the money back to the school with the yes sirs and the no ma'ams, and your eyes not be red and be groomed well and look like somebody who they want to give $500,000 to.
Absolutely. So here's what scares me about taking the athletes, because we know what the athletes look like. We know they're going to come from Florida. They're going to come from Cali. They're going to have their own things that they got going on, and it's going to be even worse now because NIL deals have really made them comfortable in saying either they're going to take me for who I am or they ain't going to take me at all. So that scares me with you bringing the hood to Colorado. I don't know that everybody in Colorado is going to want the hood up there. That's what it takes to win games. But is that school set up to give those kids opportunities to be nurtured, to be supported? Like you said, you walked in the cafeteria, you knew everybody in there, right? Everybody looking out for you. So if your money was running a little short, you go holler at Miss So-and-so, and she going to look out for you. Let me tell you how I work at a PWI. I go there, and if my balance low, your ass ain't going to eat. There are no... oh man, I'm gonna go holler at so-and-so. Nah, it's by the books, right? So that scares me about Dion going to Colorado. I think some kids are gonna get up there, and as good as things are, the benefit to JSU being small is you can really keep a tight handle on your players. Like you can make sure everything is squared away. I don't know that Dion know what he getting himself into. In terms of that. If you bring a real nigga up there, take one up to Colorado, it's going to be different. And you're going to get...
I just got to take up for Dion because I feel like he's having those conversations. For after that situation happened to take off, and them boys was getting ready to go home for break, for him to bring them in the room and say, listen, y'all are different. Even as your family, even while y'all sitting at somebody that ain't happy for you, that you playing on ESPN, that you getting this money, that you playing for so and so. So I can't help but to think that he's having the conversations. Because I'm gonna be honest, the conversation was had with me.
Yeah.
When I got to Catawba, Chip Hester kept it real with me.
For real?
That was a little stereotype out there about me when I got over there.
Yeah.
He can be a little wild. And I was in college. I was a kid. God almighty. But yeah, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I got over there and it was, you had to sneak and drink at Livingstone, Catawba. You can be in the, you can park your car and walk into the dorm with your 12-pack in your bag.
Yeah.
So it was up over there. We getting to it, especially after a win. So I was a little wild.
So I don't want you to necessarily expose, but I know you're going to keep it hot. So my question is, when Coach Hester was having those conversations with you, was this a one-on-one conversation? Or was this in front of the room we going to have this conversation?
Nah, it was a one-on-one conversation because I was one of the ones in a group. I forgot something had happened. But of course, me being loud, me being the person I am, CP was there.
Yeah, everybody gonna look at you.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and he really, and he was hitting us, man, with these up down burpee situations. Just bow, bow. He just calling them out. Just wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
So it was just where me and him ended up to be beside each other, and he got in my ear.
Yeah.
And
So
after that, I tightened up. I knew because I couldn't let him down.
yeah.
The
So
respect didn't change. It was respect was no different because he was a white man.
so how do you think that conversation would have went? Do you think there would have ever been an opportunity that Coach Hester would have felt comfortable having those conversations that we know Deion's having, right? We seen it when Takeoff died. He got all those guys in the
Right.
room. He talking to them like, yo, da 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 da. Well, here's what changes. In Colorado, it ain't gonna just be us in there. You're gonna have some other ones in there that
Right.
I get what Deion brings to the table. But I know
Mm-hmm.
there are millionaire donors who got their kids on that football team that's sorry as hell, but they putting all this money into that program, so you're going to keep my kid in there. What happens when you got that kid in there that does not look like us, that knows nothing about what we're talking about, and Deion says, y'all know everybody don't care about us? Because the stuff that was aired on TV, I think it pales in comparison to the real conversations that he had about what it's like being black in America. I know they had them conversations. So can you
Right.
still continue to have those conversations when the room ain't just us?
I think you have to. You
If,
have to. These are the same kids that had watched Colin. They wasn't that young when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling over that flag, bro.
Yeah.
Over that anthem.
yeah.
So they done seen it on at the same level where they trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner or later, the talk has to be had.
Even with the white kids.
Even with the white kids, you got to. If them boys coming up, bro, some of them white girls gonna get hit.
Yeah.
I'm just
yeah,
sorry,
but
but they. I ain't gonna say they want it, but bro, listen, bro.
We know,
listen,
yeah.
it's finna be a new swag up there, bro. Them white girls ain't seen this many challengers and Hellcats and Scat Packs finna hit this campus. They ain't seen that shit. They ain't seen iced out chains and earrings and tattoos tatted up. The same cats, the same boys who they, let's just be real, who they mamas and daddies might have said stay away from, but they sneaking like they Instagram pictures. They finna come to campus.
They gonna be on
You
campus.
mean to
They
tell
gonna be
me
next door.
there's a potential chance that Lil Baby and Key Glock and Lil Uzi Vert and the rest of it may come to Colorado and it's legal out there? You know the celebrities ain't gonna mind coming.
Do you think that them parents
Just end it.
do you think but here's the question. Do you think Prime is the guy that is gonna be able to juggle all those different dynamics and keep that team together? Because when you got donors are coming and they saying like, yo, I don't like what Coach Prime said in his meeting. I need y'all to do something about it. Right? How many times, if you are AD or above, are you willing to really put into jeopardy everything that you already got on that campus by way of donors, financial back, all that stuff? Are you going to put that in jeopardy for the luggage that Coach Prime about to bring up there? And we ain't talking about the players. We talking about the culture. Do you think he can find success in that?
I can't help but to say that he can, just because of what he just did. Here's another thing: the whole world is a big bandwagon.
Right.
So they're gonna get support off rip.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna listen, because the world is too nosy. So they're gonna be on TV.
Yeah.
They gonna ball. He gonna bring in the players. They gonna ball.
Yeah.
I don't see them failing, bro. Like, I get it, but stuff happens. NFL players get drunk and kill somebody. At least it happens once, at least every season.
Yeah, you're right about that.
It's like it's gonna happen. Them jokers date white girls and XYZ. I don't see no different from when Cam and Cadillac was making the run at Auburn.
Yeah,
it's the same culture finna come there.
That's real. So it's been done before. That's what you're saying.
It's been done before, bro. But I also think that from when we can't skip over these talks that Deion is having is in front of his team. Then I can't help it. You see Travis Hunter just shed tears on the man's shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, these boys got a different kind of respect for their coach, to where they not maybe let's hold them to the standard that they not gonna do nothing to put themselves in jeopardy to if that girl say no, all right, cool, I'm out, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Or I'm not gonna drive my scat pack when I've been drinking because I got an NIL deal and I better
I respect that.
Because these guys are getting to the money, they holding themselves to different standards now.
And it's interesting that you say that because if you look at Jackson State for the past 2 years, we have not heard of a single scandal.
Who got in trouble?
That's real.
What ball player got it? I mean, they had some scuffles. We seen some fights at practice, but we gon' thump.
Yeah. Hey,
so
that's dope, man. Trouble? I never thought about it like that.
He's holding them to a higher standard. They're holding themselves to a higher standard because they're doing what we just finished talking about. They're playing ball. If I go get discharged, I can't get the money.
Yeah.
I can't get to the league. If I'm making mistakes in college, they already seeing the ones who come before them. Like, what other coach brought the gold digger girl to their school to talk to the boys? Why are we forgetting all the monumental Deion coaching moments, bro? Whatever. I'm out of cookies.
Wow.
Who else did that? What other coach? Because they all getting some ass, Facebook friends and people on the podcast. But what other coach brings in, knowing that these boys is getting NIL money to where they can be tricked off on? What other coach brings how much realer does it get for a coach to bring this attractive woman in there to say, yes, we are out there. We liking y'all Instagram pictures. We in y'all DMs before y'all are in ours. What's up? We know y'all getting the money. We ain't waiting on y'all to get to the league. Y'all get money in college.
Hey, that's wild.
What other coach did it, though, bro? What other coach did it? I just want somebody to put in the comments.
Big facts. And I think even more what you saying that, it further cements in my mind that in 3 to 5 years, the entire landscape of college athletics is going to change because of Prime and what he finna do in Colorado. I wish him well. I hope everything goes the way that I know it's gonna go. And man, I can't wait to be a fan. I'm getting my damn Colorado jersey.
I was about to say 3 to 5 years. In 5 years, let's just go ahead and say it's 23. So in 5 years, in 28.
Yeah.
I will say by then, a picture is going to hit Facebook of you doing like this at Colorado Stadium with it behind you.
Big facts.
I can see you being out there, bro.
Yeah, bro. Got to. Because
me too.
If nothing else, it's already changed with NILs. Hey, so I want to go back to what Scooby said. Scooby said, when they're going to cure everything boosters can be mad about. And I wholeheartedly believe that.
I agree.
I wholeheartedly believe
that. I seen that.
Calvin McManus
is going to cure everything. That's facts.
Yeah. So Calvin said Deion holds his kids to the same standards. Yep. His son Shiloh stay in the doghouse with him. Very true. And he even mentioned it at his press conference. You know what I'm saying? He talked about Shador coming, and he was like, yeah, my other son, I'm mad at him. He in the doghouse. He can stay where he at type stuff. But we know he going.
Yeah.
Hey, so here's the thing. CP, I want you to leave us with something, man, because, again, your audience that you carry with you, I respect you because you always speak on it. It don't matter if it's going to go with the grain or against. You're going to be honest. You're going to tell how you feel, and you ain't going to care about how it's consumed. And I've always respected that about you. So, to all of those HBCU people who were saying that Deion made a mistake, right? What do you leave them with?
That he didn't. That's the business of college football. Mm-hmm. Deion made a very profound statement. He said, either you elevate or you get terminated or something like that. Yeah. And keep it real with yourselves, people that's watching. When teams are losing, who's the first person to go?
Yeah.
And does that person drop interceptions? Miss sacks, miss tackles. Like, how many did they call in the right play? But the ball, who fumbled?
Yeah.
Who gets help? But who loses the job? So why is it with the man doing the winning? Okay. Mm-hmm. Lord forbid that he's getting all this attention and they losing. Yeah. Then now we really dragging him.
There we go.
But the fact that he did what he did and we still are. So I just want to go back to how long is enough.
Mm-hmm.
If the stuff come out and it's true, he's supposed to sit there and continue to get his locker room robbed. Don't get paid the bonus money. I mean, are y'all get upset when the Super Bowl when they don't do y'all little raises?
Hey, that's
Come
real.
on now. Why we always getting in the business of folk who ain't even in the tax bracket? We don't know what Dion lifestyle look like. He might need that $5 million.
Hey, that's real.
He got to. That's why I say I answer from a husband standpoint, cuz
Mm-hmm.
I know I got a mortgage to pay over here. I'm gonna stand
Yeah.
on business.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for y'all opinion. Y'all opinion ain't, bro. I can't answer for that. Them folk don't want to hear that.
So I can't
And then
wait.
I also want to say, let's consider where the players are coming from. Us, and that's why I say we want to overlook us.
Mm-hmm.
Where these kids they playing ball at earlier and earlier ages. We ranking these kids when they in grade school.
Yeah, that's real.
So it's trickling on down into the household. So that's why I say we gotta stop that acting like that we ain't playing. It's if you know that you're raising a student athlete in your home, there's a business side to what you're doing.
Yeah.
To the lifestyle that's going on. Because if your child is gonna sit in front of 5 hats at a conference table beside mommy and daddy and siblings in front of the whole school, if your son or daughter gonna have one of them moments, you're operating in a certain way these days.
Oh yeah.
To get to that point. Come on, so let's stop playing. It ain't for everybody too. So if you ain't even breed no dog at your crib, chill with your opinion, because you don't even know anyway. You just speaking off emotion that you don't even know about. You ain't been no 2-a-day practice. You ain't hit nobody. You ain't got your head knocked off in front of a whole bunch of people. You ain't scored no touchdown in front of a whole bunch of people. You ain't made no blocks. You ain't did none of that. You just speaking because it's trending to drag Dion, and black people need to stop doing that. Just jumping on bandwagon. Like I said, the whole world of bandwagon.
Here's what I can guarantee.
You couldn't get none of Dallas Cowboys friends to come to the forefront and talk about that racist ass picture of Jerry Jones. They dragging the shit out of Dion.
Hey man, this is why I got to have you, dog. I don't care. Anytime I see CP going live, I'm tuning in because I know you gonna drop some gems, and I know everything you gonna say gonna be gospel. So that's why I ain't care about nothing else I had going on. I'm like, yo,
facts.
If CP got the time, we gonna get on here. We gonna address this thing because I know he gonna say what I be like. I don't know if it's. Nah, you gonna say it. You gonna say it every time. So, brother, I appreciate you. You don't know how much I appreciate you. So
already, I appreciate you having.
Here's what we're gonna do. Jalen. Oh, we gotta address this. Jalen Walker was a prime example. An absolute beast with all the accolades, but with the most humble kid I've met. He was raised right. That's everything.
Definitely.
That's everything that you just said.
That's a model guy. I've been around him twice. And Catawba, where his dad was the head coach.
Oh yeah.
Which is also like, so why don't we didn't even talk about that?
Yeah.
Like, cause even it's funny that Catawba we want to make about a black coach leaving a black school. Catawba replaced Coach Hester with a black man.
That's real.
Coach Hester left and went to an HBCU, started kicking ass at A&T. So that's why I said it's the business, bro.
Yeah.
It's white coaches are going. It's some white staff that's making impacts, bro. At these HBCUs too. Everybody ain't black.
That's real.
And it's business, bro. We gotta get our feelings out of it, bro. Mm-hmm. Black people, get out your emotions.
That's facts. Hey, we gotta. I said we're gonna keep this to an hour, dog. Hey man, I appreciate your team. The conversation and the dialogue, as always, was great, and I can't wait until I get the next subject to bring you on because I know how it's gonna go, brother.
All definitely, right? Bro. I appreciate you.
Hey, everybody tapped in, man. This was hopefully y'all got something from it. I had to play devil's advocate. You're damn right. If I was prime, I'd do the same thing that he did. I just want to make that clear. I had to engage both sides, man, for the sake of conversation. So here at the Cookowt Radio Show and Podcast, we want to wish Dion well. And if you think you made a mistake, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. CP done already said it, so I ain't going to beat a dead horse. Appreciate y'all. Every follow, every like, all that stuff, man. It is very much appreciated, and we'll catch up. We'll catch up with y'all on the next one. CP,
definitely
appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you having me, man. Shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, y'all go book my dog, man. Go book CP. If you got an event coming up, and you want it to go right, you better call that man. And you better do it quick.
Definitely holler at me.
Because the price is going to go up pretty soon.
That's right. Hey, man, I'm DJing birthday parties and weddings and all that great stuff, and I'm getting people out of jail. Follow me, CP the People's Champ 704. Hit me up. And hit me up, 704-699-3962. CP the People's Champ. I DJ your party and I get you out of jail.
Hey, so I'm a book you. I'm going to take you to book and he going to come get you out. That's how we going to do that.
Already.
Hey, all love, brother.
I appreciate you.